I'd like to welcome you guys to this week's report, or lack thereof, due to the fact that there hasn't been a lot of fishing going on this week between the Santa Ana winds and boats just not getting off the dock. It's been a pretty quiet week in most areas, but the boats that have been out are catching some fish, and got some great weather in the weekend forecast. The Santa Ana is going to blow Friday, a little bit Saturday, certain areas, not too heavy though. A couple areas up north might be kind of heavy, but then Sunday it's beautiful all day. If you're going to fish this weekend, I would make Sunday your day for sure. That's when I plan to head out myself. Looks like you can go anywhere you want to with the way the weather is. So, like I said, not a whole lot of stuff happening currently, just because boats aren't getting out. People are getting ready for Thanksgiving. You know, fishing season is kind of winding down. It doesn't mean the fish stop biting. It's just that people have other things going on, and they're not going to go out when the weather's marginal. So let's head up to the map and see what's happening. All right, starting up with the Channel Islands. Pretty much standard rockfish game up there. Good fishing for the boats that are going to Santa Cruz, Santa Rosa Island. I talked to Captain Pat O'Brien on the Aloha Spirit the other day, and he fished... on Mondays, they run a ling cod special trip where they're basically just targeting lings and then fishing rockfish afterwards if they have time. And on Monday's trip, they had limits to nice ling cod at Santa Rosa Island, and then they went out and caught some nice reds and other fish as well. So if you're interested in going on a ling cod trip, you should check out the Aloha Spirits trips on Monday. They'll be running those through the end of the year. You can probably find them on their website. Boats out of Santa Barbara fishing the islands as well, doing great. A lot of quality rockfish this time of year. You know, you get the Santa Anas blowing, might be a good time to go out there on your own boat. If the forecast holds up for next weekend, I might make a run up there myself. But along the coast up there, my friend Larry Heron of Calico Hunter Charters ran over the weekend, and he had good sand bass fishing along the beach there. So, and he's fishing artificial lures, so it's not like you need bait to go out and do that. That bite during the winter is usually pretty steady as long as the weather's good. So if you want to go out and check out some of that, and maybe charter Larry, I'm sure he'd love to get off the dock some weekend. You can check him out at Calico Hunter Charters. I think he runs out of Ventura. But yeah, you know, the bigger picture right now along the coast is that there's a lot of squid everywhere now suddenly. Since I last talked to you guys, there's squid at the islands, there's squid on the beach, squid popping up all over the place. And aside from it being good bait, if you want to use bait, the presence of squid can make for good fishing, even on artificial lures, if there's squid near spots where there are sand bass, calicos. I know there's some squid around Izers right now. Now, when I say around Izers, it's not at Izers, but there are a lot of hard bottom areas and small rocks around Izers that if they're adjacent to a squid bed, you could probably go out there and have some really good wintertime sand bass fishing if you wanted to. And that pretty much holds true anywhere on the beach. And there's some in the Santa Monica Bay. I'm sure there's some up north. Whatever. So hopefully that squid improves the local fishing. And if you're going to fish rockfish on your own boat, you want to use bait, get some live squid because it's going to outfish everything. I don't fish with bait anymore for rockfish, but if I did, I would always go with squid, live squid, if I had the opportunity to use it. Yeah, like I said, there's not a lot of coverage this week. I know that there'll be boats out this weekend. I know the Eldorado's got their San Nick trips online. I'm sure other boats will be doing the same kind of deal. Fishing San Nick or San Clemente Island and targeting rockfish as well as looking for yellows and stuff like that. I know the Thunderbird over the weekend fished Clemente. They had really good rock fishing out there. Nice big quality reds and stuff. And they also caught some tuna later in the day, but I'll talk about that in a bit. But you know, Clemente this time of year, a really good time of year to go over there on your own boat. A lot of options. Calico bass usually biting pretty good. You got a shot at yellows. You can fall back on rockfish. I'm probably going to go there on Sunday. That's my plan right now. Yeah. Catalina, there's still good fishing over there. The boats fishing are getting good bonita fishing. The guys that are fishing for them. And I'm sure a bass fisherman can go over there and probably catch calicos up shallow if you wanted to. on the beach and stuff. I don't know that they're going to be biting down the deeper kelp as well on the surface, but if you want to drop a swim bait down, you can probably catch them doing that. The boats run there for the hoop net trips. I know the Gale Force and the Triton are running out there. They're consistently doing well. So if you want to get yourself some lobster for the holidays, definitely that's a good way of doing it, unless you got a friend at hoop net. So talking to you, Brandon Volgamont, I need some lobster for New Year's, but that's just a special message to him. But yeah, those seem like pretty cool trips they run. They leave in the afternoon, they go over to the island, they fish rockfish and sometimes bass until it gets dark, and then they hoop net and everybody gets a chance. So you don't need all the gear, you don't need all your own stuff. You just buy your ticket and jump on the boat. Makes it a lot easier than buying a bunch of hoop nets and doing all the other nonsense that's involved with that, and actually finding lobster to catch. So yeah, the only other things I've heard from the coast was my friend Matt Florentino was out in this kayak at night. He had a bunch of nice calicos. I don't know where he was. Around some kind of jetty, maybe Long Beach Harbor, maybe up in the Santa Monica Bay somewhere. But it's a good time of year when we got the Santa Ana's blowing. You don't get that west wind in the afternoon. You can have really good fishing at the break wall and areas like that at night. And one of the problems with the Santa Ana winds is we tend to get clear water at the same time. I don't know what causes it, but I know the last time I fished PV, I stopped at the break wall on the way home, and the water was so clear. I mean, you can see the bottom in 30 feet of water. When it's like that, that's real slow fishing during the day. But after dark, it doesn't really hurt it. So a lot of times those fish will mostly feed in the dark versus during the day where the water's clear and it's sunny. But yeah, so heading offshore, there hasn't been anybody doing anything since last week. There's rumors of fish being seen here or there, popping up and this and that, but I haven't really heard too much concrete stuff. I can guarantee you that there are bluefins still around. There's nowhere that these fish would have gone. There's not been any giant water temperature drop. Again, lack of coverage. If you don't have boats on them every day, it's very easy to lose track of them. I would imagine that several of the boats that go out this weekend will run into bluefin somewhere. I looked at the temp chart yesterday, and the water in the area where those bluefin were off the backside of Clemente has not changed all that much. And there's that same kind of water is wrapping around to the front side of Clemente. I've heard rumors of fish down off the 9, different areas like that. I think anywhere you find that 63, 64 degree water, if it's still that, I didn't look today, you have a shot at finding bluefin. I wouldn't even be surprised if there was some yellowfin still around. The water has not changed all that dramatically, and there's not really, I don't see the bait moving out or upwelling or getting dirty, so I think the fish are probably still around. We'll see. I'm going to look for bluefin on my way to Clemente if I go there for sure, or actually on the way home. But yeah, that's about it. The boats down south, by down south I mean the boats out of San Diego, most of them are just tied to the dock now. They're not getting out. I know they're getting rockfish down at the Coronados and things like that, but the overnight fleet is tied up. Full day boats for the most part aren't getting out, and we'll see with the day and a half trips and stuff. If they get back on that bluefin, we might get a little rebound after Thanksgiving. But it's just a slow time of year overall for fishermen, not so much for fish. But that's about it. Well, good luck if you guys are getting out there, and I'm not sure if I'll have a report before Thanksgiving next week. So if I don't, I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving.